Migrates to the UK in 4 months as a care assistant without any job experience. Right now, this is the easiest way to migrate to UK without any job experience. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can migrate to the UK as a care assistant in 10 easy steps. If this information is useful to you, please watch this video to the end to get all the necessary information you need. Hello, my name is Jackie and you're welcome back to my channel where I share content on how to relocate abroad to study, to work and to live. Please watch other videos on my channel to get information on how you can relocate abroad. To the UK to work, the easiest way right now is through the health and care visa. And without any job experience in healthcare, you can migrate as a care assistant. You can get a job in a care home or work as a domiciliary care worker. Regardless of the kind of care assistant you are, you can do so without any background in health. And you can start the process today and land in the UK in 4 months with these easy steps. Number 1, you have to gather your documents. The first document you need to relocate out of your country is your international passport. If you don't have your international passport, now is the best time to go get it. The duration of getting a passport varies depending on which country you are. I'll advise if you do not have your passport right now, the first thing you need to do is go get one. Begin the process today. And if you already have your passport, go confirm that you still have 6 months before it expires. And you also have a blank page where your visa will be stamped. So if you want to travel, the first thing you need is your international passport. Go get it. The next document you need is your birth certificate. The next document is a certificate of your degree. It will surprise you to know that most university graduates never went back to receive their certificate. They are still using their statement of results. So please try to get your certificate because you may need it in this journey. And then your driver's license. This is very important because most employers want to hire someone that can drive, especially if you're a domiciliary care assistant. You will need to go from place to place to attend to your clients. Having a driver's license is a mandatory requirement for most employers that are looking for care assistants. So if you don't have your driver's license, this is the best time to go and get it. When you arrive in the UK, you are allowed to use the driver's license from your home country for a year before you change it to a UK driver's license. So getting this license is very important. Please start the process of getting it now. Again, this is another document that takes time to get depending on which country you are. So I'd advise you start this process immediately. Number 2 is your English proficiency test, which is your IELTS. If you're from an English-speaking country, you may get an exemption, or you can prove that your bachelor's degree was taught in English, and then you will not need to write IELTS. But if you're from a country that is not English-speaking and you cannot prove that your first degree was taught in English, you may need to write IELTS. And for those that do not have a background in health or no job experience as a care assistant, you may want to highly increase your chances of getting a job by getting a care certificate. This is very easy to get. There are free certifications online that you can do in a matter of days. I know someone who took all the courses in 24 hours, so it all depends on you. So go check online. There are free ones or you can do the paid ones. They are not expensive. The ones I saw are below £100. Getting the care certificate is just to increase your chances of getting a job. Remember that there are thousands of people that are going to apply for these jobs. So you may want to stand out by having a care certificate if you do not have any background in health or any job experience as a care assistant. So this is basically just to increase your chances of getting a job. You may even want to take it a step further by volunteering in a hospital around you. This is not a requirement, but it's just to increase your chances of getting a job because hundreds of thousands of people are going to be applying for these jobs. And there are people that already have experience in healthcare that are going to be applying for the same job as you. So you may just want to volunteer in a hospital around you to beef up your CV. So after you've gotten your IELTS, you've gotten your care certificate and you volunteered in a hospital around you, the next thing you need to do is write your CV and cover letter. You really need to sell yourself in your CV and your cover letter. Prepare your CV in a way that is going to catch the attention of the employers. Write a CV that is going to stand you out. Write about your educational background, write about your certifications, write about the relevant experience you have, like the volunteering in the hospital that you did. You're going to write all of that in your CV to stand you out among other applicants. And also write a very good cover letter to convince the employer that you're best suited for the job. I'm going to do a video on how to write a CV and cover letter for a care assistant job. So please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I share this video. After you've written your winning CV and cover letter, the next thing you need to do is to go look for jobs. I'm also going to do a separate video to show you where you can search for jobs and how to apply for these jobs in the UK. So please watch out for that video. But if you cannot wait, let me just drop a few places. A very good place to get a job is on LinkedIn. If you do not have a LinkedIn profile, this is the best time to go open a profile on LinkedIn. Update it and make it so attractive. Put in all your job experience, your educational background, your certifications. Put it all up there on your LinkedIn account and then look for jobs. Look for care assistant jobs. Go to the search bar, type in care assistant jobs in the UK and you will see many jobs to apply to. Another website to find jobs in the UK is indeed.com. So you can go there and search for care assistant jobs and you're going to see so many of them to apply for. Please watch out for the video I'm going to be doing on where and how to find care assistant jobs in the UK and how to apply for them. So after you've applied for care assistant jobs in the UK, the next stage is your job interview. Let me mention this important information. If you're from a red listed country, you can still apply for care jobs in the UK, but you have to apply by yourself. If you're not from a red listed country, you can apply through agents. If you're from a red listed country, you can still migrate to the UK to work, but you have to apply for these jobs by yourself and you're still going to get it. You're not disadvantaged in any way. If you're applying through an agent, you may be going through 2 interviews. The first one with the agent for them to clear that you're suited for the job before they transfer you to have an interview with the employers. But if you're applying directly to the employers, you may have just 1 interview with them. So you need to prepare very well for this interview. I may also do a video on how to prepare for interviews, so please watch out for that as well. Here's an interesting part. After the interview with the employers, some of these employers will hire you immediately. I know someone who received her offer letter 15 minutes after her interview. So it's possible that immediately after your interview, you'll be getting your offer letter if it was successful. So try to impress, put your best foot forward during this interview. After a successful interview and your employer has decided to give you a job offer, you're now going to go through employment checks. The employment checks is when the employer will be asking you for your documents like your certificate, your medical report, your police clearance, criminal records, and all of that. Your employer is going to do thorough checks on you to be sure that you're not a criminal in your country and that you're truthful with the information that you've been giving to them. So they may begin to ask you for documents at this stage. After the employment checks comes the sponsorship and visa. Your employer will give you a certificate of sponsorship, which is your COS. It's the number you're going to need to apply for your work visa. When you receive your COS, this is the point where you can resign from your job and also stop applying for other jobs. Please do not resign from your job before you receive this COS, because there are cases where employers have given people offer letters and still did not go through with the offer. They called back and said they are cancelling. So please do not resign from your job and do not stop applying for other jobs until you receive your COS, because the COS is the most important thing that you need to apply for your visa. Without the COS, you cannot apply for your work visa. So please, I repeat, do not resign from your job until you receive your COS. When you receive your COS, you can now go ahead and apply for your work visa. The documents you need to apply for your visa is your passport, your police clearance, you need your COS, you need your tuberculosis test, depending on which country you're applying from. You need your English test, which is IELTS or NARIC, to prove that you're from an English-speaking country. And then your proof of funds, which leads me to number 8. Do you need proof of funds to apply for your work visa? You may not, depending on the terms of your visa sponsorship. You do not need to show your own proof of funds if you're being sponsored by your employer. And ideally, employers sponsor this visa, so you will not need your own proof of funds. But you need to check your terms of employment with your employer to know if you need the proof of funds or not. So after you've applied for your visa and your visa has been approved, the next step is number 9, which is your flight and arrival in the UK. Again, your flight ticket may be sponsored by your employer, so your employer will provide that for you. In some cases, your employer may ask you to sponsor your own flights, and when you arrive in the UK, it will be refunded to you. One important thing I've not mentioned is that on this visa, you're allowed to migrate with your dependents. You can migrate with your spouse and your children on this visa. The COS allows you to apply for visa for your dependents as well. But for the visa application fees and the flight tickets for your dependents, you may be responsible for that. You may need to find out for your employer what the agreement is. But if the employer is sponsoring you only in terms of your application fees and your flight ticket, you will be responsible for paying for the visa application fees for your spouse and children, and also for their flight ticket as well. So you've booked your flight to the UK, and on arrival in the UK, your employer will receive you from the airport and take you to your accommodation. Now again, another important conversation you need to have with your employer is your accommodation. If you're migrating with your dependents, you need to find out from your employer if the accommodation they've provided for you is going to be enough for you and your dependents. So your employer is providing accommodation for you only. It may not be a big place to accommodate your spouse and children. So you may need to find out before you travel with them, so you don't arrive UK and be stranded. If your employer is not providing accommodation that will be enough for your dependents, I would advise you travel alone. Go alone first, and when you get there, you secure accommodation that will accommodate you, your spouse, and your children. After you arrive in the UK, the number 10 thing is all the things you need to do to settle in, all the registrations you need to do, opening a bank account, registering for healthcare, and all of that. So you need to find out all the things that you need to do to kickstart your new life in the UK. So these are the 10 easy steps for anybody without any job experience to migrate to the UK as a care assistant. Let me run down the 10 steps again. Number 1, gather your documents, your passport, your birth certificate, your degree certificate, and your driver's license. And number 2, write IELTS, get a care certificate, and volunteer in a hospital near you. Number 3, write your CV and cover letter. Number 4, apply for jobs. Number 5 is a job interview. Number 6 is the employment checks. Number 7 is sponsorship and visa. This is where you get your COS that you use to apply for your work visa. Number 8 is proof of funds. If you need it or not, you need to find out. That's very important. Number 9 is flight and arrival in the UK. And number 10 is settling in the UK. These are very easy steps. It's the easiest way to migrate to UK right now. You can arrive in the UK 4 months from today if you begin the process immediately. Thank you so much for watching my video to the end. If you found it useful, please give the video a like so it can be recommended to other people that need this information. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I share a new video. On this channel, you'll get all the information you need about studying, working, and living abroad. Also watch other videos on my channel to find out about relocating to other countries. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.